The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it's Friday.
I've created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long to stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the brag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
Let's go. Let's do it. It's Friday. You made it. You're almost there. Almost through. We're going to get you 4 hours closer to the weekend. Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we're doing it in fine fashion because at 8 a.m. again, it's the last week of the Song Scramble for Green Day tickets, Wrigley Field. That is Smashing Pumpkins, Green Day, Rancid, the Linda Lindas. Tickets go on sale this morning, the general on sale for the whole tour today at 10 a.m., not just Wrigley Field. So we will have, once again, at 8 a.m., the Song Scramble. You unscramble it, you get the tickets to Wrigley Field. Free.
Boom, baby.
Boom. I heard a special gift is coming from Green Day for us today, too, during the show.
God, it better be food. What kind of gift would it be?
What if it was a shirt? Is that okay?
Oh, God, Casey's going to get like a boner if we get merch, and I'm going to be starving.
I'm hoping it's vinyl.
Oh, yeah?
Kenzie, do you want Green Day vinyl?
No, I want a Green Day sandwich. I want a
Amazing.
themed sandwich after the
Yeah.
album.
I got an email from somebody in the Green Day camp last night saying, like, hey, we want to drop a gift off at Brian and Kenzie to celebrate that today's the day that the Green Day Smashing Pumpkins tour, that tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. And I said, great, I would love that. And then they gave me a time, and then I was afraid to ask, what is it?
Yeah, it's hard when they're saying we're
Sometimes
going to...
you are just worthless.
Oh, come on, you
You just gotta ask.
going to ask what the gift is?
Yeah, what are you dropping by? So we're prepared.
But now it's a mystery. Now it's kind of fun.
It's not fun.
It's not?
No, because my expectations are so high.
Well, no, they're-
I
no,
think
they're-
I could only be disappointed.
What are they dropping off steak sandwiches in your mind?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
To a
thing.
vacation,
I love that your expectations are high when it's food.
a trip to see them perform in
Yeah.
another city.
Yeah, you'd rather have that or...
That's not coming now. That's coming later, Kenzie. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, remember that.
Oh, the case just dropped something?
It's, everybody take note of what Kenzie just said. Green Day in another city.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know, you're not on that email.
What the hell?
for that reason. What if we put Green Day's bringing steak sandwiches? You wouldn't have slept last night.
That's what I'm saying. God really give me a reason to wake up in the morning
God,
and
good
ask them
Lord.
a question.
Well, we'll have that gift somewhere in that same time frame, I guess. At 8 a.m., your gift is free tickets to Wrigley Field for Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, and the Linda Lindas with the Song Scramble. Right before then, by the way, we're having WGN's Ben Bradley on, who did the report on the Dalton mayor. We talked about this yesterday, and it literally went viral with how ridiculous it is in her corruption and the interview that Ben did. If you forgot or didn't hear it yesterday, it was later in the show. The point when he's interviewing her about, hey, did you go to Las Vegas and spend the state funds or the city of Dalton tax funds on your trip to Vegas? And here's how she answered that question.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
We'll play the whole interview he did, and we'll talk
The
to
best
Ben
part
about it.
is she knew she was going to get interviewed, and she didn't prep for that.
Well, also the thing is, when you listen to the whole interview and the audio of all that he did and caught her on, she actually handled herself pretty good and denied till you die. And it was that one where she goes, I don't know, maybe I did go.
Those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
It doesn't stop being funny. Holy cow. And we'll get to that right before 8 o'clock on the show.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And coming up, we'll have a fact that makes your brain go. Yesterday was about Bad Baby, how she made $60 million on OnlyFans in 1 year. And this one relates to a story we talked about a lot, I'd say about 5 months ago. I never heard the end of it. I hate it when there's this big news cycle of a story that gets so much stuff and then it just goes away. We never hear the end. It's about the guy from The Blind Side.
He's back, baby.
He's back. Michael Orr, who is the story, The Blind Side. The movie was ruined for all of us after we found out, boy, he doesn't really like the parents in the movie. He doesn't like Sandra Bullock's character that much, which was an adorable movie. I love that movie. It was inspiring. And now that's what we get out of this year.
Less inspiring now.
One more thing ruined. But he was claiming under a conservatorship, he did not get the money he was supposed to get for the movie. And he's been fighting it. There's been a little bit of trickle down with some information that he got out of the conservatorship now at almost 40 years old, which seemed weird. And the movie made $309 million.
Pretty good.
He's saying he didn't get any of that money at all, or whatever he got was pittance, very small amounts of money. We now have the money he got, okay? We have the total, the money he got.
Oh, what did he get?
Well, that's the fact. That's going to make your brain go. Oh. If you can just hang tight till 6:30, Kenzie.
Oh, it's a tease.
Yes.
Oh.
Good at that. So here we go.
Oh. I'm flipping tables. I'm pissed off.
Coming up at 6:30, we'll tell you what he got.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's time for a fact that makes your brain go. And this involves another one like yesterday, a celebrity and money and a little controversy. So The Blind Side, the movie The Blind Side, was about Michael Orr, who played in the NFL. And what a heartwarming story. I think most people listening have seen it. Sandra Bullock killed it in that movie.
Oh, she was incredible.
Oh, my God, as the mom. And they took a kid in that, was going through hard times, made him into a great student, great person, and he went on the NFL and made millions of dollars. So, earlier this year, he said he's been under conservatorship, and we all have heard about that mostly with Britney Spears, but he was...
I know. I tell you what, I think his story would not have blown up the way it did had it not been for Britney Spears, because people would have been like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly,
that elevated that story, because people so associated it with, such a, almost like a prison mentality after what Britney has said about it. And did you know what a conservatorship really was before Britney, honestly?
I'd heard of it. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, the in-depth details of it. I never knew. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was someone that was old, that you got kind of like you're taking care of them, like in a nursing home, and you're taking care of this stuff.
I think that's kind of the concept, but it's been used in other arenas
evil ways in the Britney world. And this guy was kind of claiming the same thing, which we talked about on the air. It was very odd because he played in the NFL and had agents and stuff, and no one ever looked at that and said, hey, what do you mean this conservatorship since you were in high school? So anyway, the movie, The Blind Side, made $300 million. He claimed he got nothing. And the family that Sandra Bullock played in the movie, they became millionaires, but they didn't become millionaires from the movie they claimed. They actually sold some fast food franchise and they made $100 million themselves. And they said they've all split it equally. He knows this. And we're offended because we called him a son since he was young. And they were hurt, heartbroken over this whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, now Michael Orr got what he was waiting for. He got that check.
He had the check?
He got the check. He finally got the money.
What was it? Wait, okay. Wait.
The movie made $300 million. Okay.
The movie made $300 million. How much did the family make?
They're claiming they all split equally from the rights of the first contract based on the book that they wrote. And he was part of that. And he said, no, I didn't get that money. And it wasn't that much money. And he said, no.
Yeah, didn't they say it was $75,000 or something really low?
Yeah, and even the kid in the movie got a cut. So everybody got an equal cut. And they're saying.
But it was a low chunk.
Very low. Very low.
Okay.
So apparently he got a check related to that cut. And he got $138,000. That's it. Now,
based on what? So how'd they go back and do this math?
Well,
did he actually get screwed out of $138,000, or are people just are they just paying that to him?
Actually, this may have set the whole thing off. He got the $138,000 in April. This check for the book is some kind of residual situation that he gets.
So the book?
Yeah, well, from the movie and the book, the whole combination.
Okay.
And that was in the contract that they split up all this money. And he got this money beforehand. And I'm thinking he got this $138,000, and some set him off just recently about, hey, that's not enough. and there's got to be more. And there isn't. That's the deal they've all split. The family's been saying that. We all split up 10 separate payments of $138,000. We all divided it all up, and we're getting it. There's no more secret explosion of money, hidden money.
Can I ask you something then? I'm trying to follow.
Yeah.
If the payout was $138,000, correct?
Yep.
And they were all splitting it, did the family, because they're already rich, just be like, fine, take the whole thing? Or what happened with that?
They didn't. That was just the cut. They took their cut.
So so the pot was bigger than that.
Yeah.
That's his cut of it.
Let's say it was something like $1 million or who knows what it was of the agreement to say you're going to get the profits
Or if it's all split evenly, a couple $100,000 then.
Yeah, because we've talked about this before, how it happens with a movie or something like that when they don't know it's going to be popular. You sign a deal, you have a story, and then you get paid like, oh, we're going to pay you $100,000 for this. And then the movie might go on and make
the movie could flop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many movies that don't even make money.
Most flop, and this one took off, but he obviously, I kind of get, listen, I get a little bit of his anger, but like, damn, that's about me. And all his friends probably came up to him and said, dude, how much you make from that life story about you? You must be rolling in it. No, I made $138,000. Oh.
I mean, you know what though? It's kind of crazy because it's a horrible deal, obviously. But it's hindsight 2020, right? Because if the movie failed and didn't make money and you were like, well, at least I still got paid, you'd be very happy.
$138,000 would sound good.
This happens with a lot of artists outside in the music industry. Because it's like, it's kind of almost chicken and eggy in a weird way of like, well, I made this recording company millions of dollars. Well, right, but they helped promo you, put you out there. Would you even have a name if it wasn't for the recording? It's everyone's got a dog in the fight, kind of, where it gets weird. So it's, of course, the movie company's probably like, would you like to not have over $100,000 for your story? Because, and how often, Brian, do you and I do things for free? Like, do you want to intro this artist? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do? We don't get paid for that kind of stuff because they're like, well, it's the opportunity. You're going to meet people. You'll be associated with this person. Like, in this industry, in a media-based industry, so much of what you do is for free because once your name gets to a certain level, but you got to get there.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that a lot of them's like, right, but now you'll be famous and think of the things you can do, like appearances, this, that, like the financial benefit that comes from doing it. So you should have made more money. But it's hindsight 2020 because you don't know how big the movie's going to be.
Right.
So you're just kind of looking for an opportunity to make some money off of it.
We were talking about Grand Theft Auto coming out, and I talked about the video games I voiced. I didn't get paid anything for those. They said, you know what? This is going to get you on the map, and then you're going to get other ones.
And you didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah,
No.
you're not even near the map.
No,
you don't even own a map.
I can't even see what's on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, did not clear the way. But you did how much work? Like you said, just one of those video games you spent over 8 hours voicing.
8 hours.
No money.
That was Saints Row.
You don't get recognized?
You know, I did do another one.
Yeah.
So I did the second one. I think I got like $900 for the second one.
That's
so
nice.
I got paid. but
Banking.
the video game makes millions. That game does. Project Gotham Racing 2, it was, I believe, and then Saints Row for Xbox. I voiced those. And there you go.
The problem with our careers in media, so acting, music, I'm being very broad, but entertainment-based jobs of any kind, right? Is there's always someone who's willing to do it for way cheaper than you because they want a chance. They want something to put on their resume. It's hard to get those first few gigs.
Yeah.
So there's always somebody undercutting you like, I'll just do it for free and post about it. And you're like, oh, you're messing up the
Damn
rotation,
you.
bro.
Don't you understand?
Yeah, so I understand the concept of almost signing a crappy deal.
Yeah.
Because, you want, you're like, well, at least I'll get a deal. At least I'll, get in the game, so to speak. But then you're so bummed out.
The only way you get paid.
When you do it, blow up.
The only way you get paid is when you do something like this is there had to be a Blind Side 2. Then...
they're screwed. What do you do without you?
Yeah, they can't do it without you.
Oh, sequels are the best.
Yeah, I got $138,000. Now, you know what I want? $138 million. That's what I want.
Here's the other risk you can take. And again, maybe the family didn't care because they were already rich, which screwed him, or maybe they just didn't have any knowledge on this subject and signed a bad deal. This is why a lot of actors and people who are signing movie deals about their life do revenue share deals now.
Yeah.
Now, if the movie doesn't make money, bummer wummer. But if it blows up even years later, that revenue share is a huge, huge deal.
Is that a legal term? Bummer wummer?
Bummer wummer.
Bummer wummer.
Well, you know what I mean?
Well, Case, the producer right now, starting out interviewing all these bands. Last night he went to interview a band. He goes out and interviews all the bands out there that are just on the rise, a lot of them. And one of them he can take big claim on is Turnstile. That's a band that he talked about 4 years ago when I was here. And people were like, Turnstile, who's that? Blah, blah, blah. Let alone they play Riot Fest now, sell out a huge stage, 50,000 people out there watching them. Case, our producer here, was on the case on them.
That's right. Them and Beach Bunny. Two very different bands, but two bands I was right about immediately. It makes me feel very good.
Yeah. Now, all this stuff you're doing for free, are you waiting for your payday?
No, I'm doing it because I like it.
What do you think of that, Kenzie?
Stupid.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and as we said, 8 a.m. It's the last week of the Song Scramble. We'll have a lot more tickets, a lot more experiences going on with Green Day, Pumpkins, Rancid, Linda Linda's at Wrigley Field as we go along here up until the show, which is, it's about almost a year away. Seems so weird to talk about a show next August, but that's the way it is. So we'll have that, but even sooner.
Less than a year away.
Yeah, what is it, August? I'm all weird on time right now. Like I can't.
It's like 10-ish months away.
Yeah, because we haven't got Thanksgiving is like a week and a half away, right? And then we got Christmas.
That's a little longer than a week and a half. Our Thanksgiving break is closer than that. Okay.
I thought it was the actual eat day. The eat day.
The food day. Fine.
Yeah, eating that day.
I think that's what? It's about 2 weeks away for that.
Yeah,
because it's Thursday, not next Thursday, but the one after.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Yes, there you go.
Damn, eat that food. Can't wait.
Good advice.
So Green Day, 8 o'clock, the Song Scramble, and be here for it, but even sooner, Clash with Kenzie at 7:10. Of course, the Marvels movie pass. That movie opens this weekend. And then we will have sports coming up at 7. You know, there was a Bears game last night. The Bears won.
Did they?
They did. They won.
Oh, my. I had no idea.
That was not all the sports. We'll get to it. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. As we said, a lot going on in sports, including a big Cubs rumor, a sighting around town from one of Kenzie's spies. Is that right?
One of my spies.
Yeah. That's big. This is big, and it's coming up at 7 o'clock when we get to sports. First, it is Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. The SAG strike is over. It lasted 118 days. But knowing actors, they'll claim it's a lot younger than that. Travis Kelce will attend Taylor Swift's concert in Argentina this weekend. Now it's his turn to sit in a suite and try to figure out what's happening. A Canadian woman gave birth to a 14-pound baby. It's already spoken its first word. It asked for cake. Stephen King wrote a sequel to Cujo. When made into a movie, it'll star President Biden's dog. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.